Hi guys, it's Chris, back in my cider shed with some more cider to try. And we're continuing with our Templars Choice tasting. I got a case of Templars Choice. We've done the, what have we done? We've done the dry. We have done the dry pure juice thing, which I think was actually an English cider that they were making in France. It was totally different beast. We did the late harvest, which is low alcohol, 3%, and had a lot of residual sugar. So there was a bit like a Moscato kind of thing, like sparkling, sweet, light, friendly, fun. And now we're going to do one which has got a black label. None of the others have had a black label. This one's got a black label. And it says on this black label, 2016 Brut Vintage Cider. So in terms of the blurb for this, it doesn't say anything more than it says for anything else. Don't know what was particularly special about 2016 that they decided to do a vintage. I think it's made in the same way. It's keeved, and then it's dosed and gets keeved, matured through the winter, and then bottled with some sugar. I think they're dosing it, and that's creating the spark in the bottle, so bottle conditioned basically. Yeah. But usually residual sweetness because it's keeved. This says Brut, but like I think with French ciders, Brut doesn't mean brut as in dry. It seems to me. I haven't had one that was bone dry yet. The only one I had that was bone dry was actually the one that I thought was more English in style. I had 2 films ago, so 143, number 143 possibly. So yeah, let's give it a go. But I've been saving this one when I try it. I've also got some cheese to try with it. Now I said in the last video that I was going to do it was a bit of Brie de Meaux, French Brie de Meaux, because that was quite close in style to Camembert, and this is made in the kind of Camembert Livarot region of France, Normandy, and so I thought something like that would work well with it. However, the Brie I've got, it's got a bit old. It's got a bit old. I've got a little bit of it here. You can see, so you can see how it's got this brown sort of stuff on the rind. So usually when you start to see this happening, that's a sign that the rind starts to kind of will die off a bit, and it starts to produce ammonia. And sure enough, I'm getting ammonia on the nose. So it's still fine to eat. But as you can see, it's fully broken down. It's got sort of like slightly brownish character to it. So that's ammonia. That's it's starting to ammoniate. So it will affect the flavour. So it's past its best. You know, it's gone over the bell curve, if you like. So it's not at the top anymore. It's probably something down here. I'll give it a go anyway. But I have something else to try with it just for fun. Just another option. This baby. That is a chunk of Gruyere. Made in the Jura region of Switzerland. People think all Gruyere has to be made in Gruyere. In fact, no Gruyere is made in Gruyere. Total fallacy. If anyone tells you that, laugh at them, mock them. It isn't true. It's made in, I can't remember the region now, 6 or 7. Jura is the smallest of the regions that makes it. But it's made there. This is from Mons Cheesemongers, of course. They actually go out there and select their Gruyères at the maturing facility. So not just great Gruyere, but great Gruyere that's been selected and picked and stored there before being sent on to London. So let's try this later on. But first of all, let's open some cider, shall we? Here it is. Nice opening, champagne bottle style sort of cage on the top there and cork. I've let it warm up a little bit because I've been having them too cold every single time. And this one for 2016 vintage, you know, let's give it some time to at least warm up. Do the thing a favour, give it a fighting chance. Pop. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, I don't know what the ABV on this is. I'll have a look in a second. Gorgeous mousse on that. Gorgeous mousse. And I would suggest it has a little bit more colour than the ciders we've already had. Certainly the sort of keeved ones that we've had. Yeah, definitely got more colour on that. Definitely got more colour on that. Where's my thingamajig? It's hiding underneath all this cheese. So yeah, you can see that's got much more of an amber colour to it, hasn't it? Obviously unfiltered, hazy, fine bubbles. Nice fine mousse we had on that. So yeah, pretty looking thing. Let me swirl it. I'm going to swirl it on this table, in fact, and give it a sniff. So there you go. Baked apple, tartatin, that kind of character. I mean, I say that all the time, but certain styles have very distinct flavour profiles. I mean, there's subtleties within that. But you know, the thing I get off keeved cider is like tartatin, and this has got a darker flavour. It's not just like apple pie filling. This has actually got like a more of a dried fruit / tartatin caramelised sort of fruit sort of character to it on the nose. And it's nice. Not overpowering, not super strong. Merest hint of kind of that volcanic sulphurous character in the background. Merest hint of it. Just very subtle, but I think it's just about there. Yeah, smells nice. It's quite delicate, not super strong, but it smells like a keeved cider. So let's try it. Hang on. So, let's try that again. Super fine mousse. So this is much richer. Much richer. Has some nice tannins. Low acidity, which keeved ciders tend to have low acidity. If you want high acidity, you want to be looking like the West Country of England. That's where you get much more acid, varietals, sharps used in the mix. Not so much with keeved ciders, in my experience. Yeah, it has got like a darker, almost pastry element on the nose as well, actually. Darker, richer, more intense. Makes me think of, if anyone knows anything about sort of sparkling wine, say champagne. Let's say champagne. So you have like Blanc de Blanc, which is white from white. So white wine, white cider, white champagne, normal champagne. You know, champagne is white. Made from white grapes, e.g. Chardonnay. Then you get Blanc de Noir. Now Blanc de Noir is white wine made from black grapes, or dark grapes. So that would be Pinot Noir and Pinot Meunier. And the Blanc de Noirs tend to have a bit more depth of characters, a bit richer. This to me, compared to the God, get my beverages mixed up. This to me, compared to the ciders we've had from Templars Choice so far, so that would be the late harvest and the dry. This feels more like a Blanc de Noir, and they feel like a Blanc de Blanc. That was a very long-winded way of saying this is like darker and richer, more intense to my palate. But it is. Nice tannin as well. Yeah, this is beefier, bigger, not bone dry. It's not bone dry, but it's certainly a lot drier than the late harvest, which was 3%, because it had so much residual sugar in it. What is the ABV on this? 5.5 again. So yeah, not super alcoholic. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. I mean, I could drink this against, you know, Clermont or something, or salt. I mean, God, for what you pay for it, if you've got like a Prosecco or a Cava next to this, this would kick its ass. There's so much more going on. Okay. Yeah, more tannic, bigger, richer, darker. I almost get a feeling in the back. I'm like, oh, there's a bit, you know, I think a little bit of leatheriness from the tannins is coming through as well. So hard tannins on the back, which is not something I associate very much with French ciders. You tend not to get that leathery, hard tannin on the back palate. So this is making me, that's what's making me think a little bit more of like, it's not like a red wine, but it sort of has, it's intimating me a red wininess, if you like. And I think this does that leatheriness on the back end, which comes from tannins, and in red wine, they're left on the skins, which is what gives them their colour, but also gives it tannin. So it's a similar kind of thing. So it's giving it that sort of tannic feeling on the back end. Right, let's try it with quite an ammonia. I feel bad doing this, but I'm going to try it with this. I haven't tried this yet, but I'll see. I think this is going to have quite a potent ammonia character, you know, but let's see what happens, eh? It does. It does. This is, I'm still totally edible. This is a cracking brie when it's in top-notch form. From the Danger family, who are in Ticonville, so quite far east actually. So it has to be made in a certain zone. Meaux is actually a town to the east of Paris. So Brie de Meaux, Brie from Meaux. And there's another one called Brie de Moulins. Moulins is another sort of town/village close to Paris. The only two protected bries can come from those two towns. So Brie de Meaux, Brie de Moulins, the two AOC protected bries, if you like. The word brie itself is not protected. You can make brie anywhere you like, but you cannot make Brie de Meaux and Brie de Moulins anywhere you like. And they will be made, handmade, from unpasteurised milk, etc. So quite strict regulations how you can make it. So this is Danger, and they make the best brie, pretty much, full stop, I would argue. This one is past its best. It is too ammoniated. I'll try a little bit more and have it with the cider, but I feel like really I'm not doing the cider any favours. I picked it because it's the closest thing to Canberra I can get. I mean, actually, to be honest, there was a boldness about that quite ammonia character sort of brew. And actually, that is a bold cider. So if I was going to have anything with it, that's probably quite a good thing to have with it, actually. Not because it's complementing it, because it's just big enough to beat back the ammonia, but actually, no, the ammonia is coming back to the fore. So it's not a good thing to pair with anything, that, I think. That brie, the condition it's in. But let's try it with the Gruyere. So Gruyere, Alpine cheese, cooked curd, Milk's heated to a much higher temperature than, say, English style cheese, up to 55 Celsius, forces out lots of, what does it do? It's low acid, so it retains lots of calcium, so you get like a quite a sort of bendy, dense textured cheese. And you also get a thing called thermophilic bacteria working in there, which lends you sweetness, and you're kind of cooking it. You get like a sweet character anyway from these sorts of cheeses. Often these Gruyères, this Gruyère particularly, gets almost like a beefy, bouillon character as well. But it has a sweetness. I feel like this side is going to work better with this actually, because it's not too sweet. There's a dryness to it, there's a tannic to it, there's lots of fats in this as well. Tannin fat, good thing. I think this might work, but cider is very versatile with cheese, to be honest. That's a really good Gruyère. Flip it neck. It has got that sweetness. And it has got like a meaty depth of character, like a bouillon stock character. I mean, I want to say more vegetable or chicken stock than beef stock, actually. Yeah. It's fatty, caught in my palate. I almost get like a toffeed character as well, I want to say. Yeah, it's good stuff. Really good stuff. Let's try it. A bit more. It's actually not bad. It's not bad. There is a hint of sweetness left in that cider. So it's not brut. The saltiness in the cheese, because there always is, so sweet and salt works really well. The tannins in that, although gentle, they do help with the sweetness of that, and also that leatheriness at the back end with the sweetness in that. That's good as well. Opposite sort of like a bitterness mixed with a sweetness, which is great. Yeah. I mean, they're both delicious. How bad can it be? You know, how bad can it be? You know, how bad can it be? Really, folks. Okay, so Templars Choice 2016 Brut Vintage Cider. I like. It's the one that's, it's the biggest, it's the boldest, it's the one that's stimulated my, you know, not just my palate, but my synapses the most that I've had so far from Templars Choice. And it's something I would very, very happily sell. And I think I will look into being able to do that. Okay, cool. In terms of the cheese, bring them out. I mean, Donge is amazing, but get yourself a fresh bit. That bit's past its best. Gruyere, this is awesome stuff. Both from Mons Cheesemongers. Go to their website, order some. You can also order some of my ciders on their website as well, because I sell to them. But not this one, because I don't stock it yet. So watch this space. All right. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you got something from that. And I hope to see you again soon. And until then, cheers.